Hey, what's up everybody? It's your commandments of patience, aka Ryan Trunky, back again with a new video. So today I'll be doing the Abandoned Son part 10, so let's get started.
I honestly don't think you can become a hero.
So the last time I said I stopped when I said the massive ass whooping that Izuku was handing out, there were plenty of villains left. Izuku noticed three particular people: a massive hulking bird hybrid thing, a purple mist with yellow eyes, and a man with light blue hair who was covered in hands. So now, Kurogiri point of view. As both I and Shigaraki see this boy take down an army on his own, we feel a slight chill run down our spines. As our eyes met, I'm too afraid to act as I am pulled away from my thoughts as my eyes fall upon a girl who wore a red untarred with matching red boots. Her hair was in a ponytail. I know who this girl is. She is none the other than the heiress to the vast Yuruzu fortune. If we kidnap her, we demand they give us their riches. When they do, then we kill them after we get the money. I must inform Shigaraki. So Kurogiri point of view ended. Now Kurogiri said, "Shigaraki, you see that girl with the black ponytail?" Then Shigaraki said, "Yeah, what's about her?" And Kurogiri said, "She comes from an extremely wealthy family. We kidnap her, demand the Yuruzu transfer their riches to us, and the master will kill them off and begin an empire." Shigaraki loved the idea. He began to wonder how many video games he could buy with such riches. Now Shigaraki then said, "Nomo kill all the children at the entrance except for her." He said as Nomo saw who his capture target was, he was ready to complete his mission. Izuku on the other hand intercepted the Nomo and began firing off jutsu with a quick and precise aim, performing hand sign. Izuku then said, "Fire style fireball jutsu, phoenix flower jutsu," and Izuku still had decent sized chakra reserve after firing two fire jutsus. As he turned to his class, he noticed Ida was missing. He believed Aizawa sent him to get back up in case things go south. What Izuku didn't notice that was the Nomo had gotten up toward over Izuku as it stood still waiting for command. Then Shigaraki said, "Nomo, tear that brat's arm off." Izuku quickly turned around as he was going to use almighty push, but the Nomo tightly gripped him by his midsection, crushing his arm. As the Nomo raised its free hand, he pulled Izuku's arm clean off out of the socket and threw him toward the class. Shrieks of terror filled USJ as a huge puddle of blood was forming around Izuku. Aizawa took action immediately. Aizawa then said, "Quickly, we have to cauterize the wound, if not he'll die of blood loss." Aizawa knew All Might was going to be beyond pissed off, and he shuddered to think what he will do when he gets here. Momo and Sero and Tokiyami acted quickly after finding wood. Sero quickly started a fire. Momo would create a paper to fuel it. She made a flat piece of steel. Tokiyami then said, "Sero, turn Izuku on his left side. Make sure no more blood pour out. Yuruzu make plenty of bandages." The other two did as Tokiyami instructed as he grabbed the steel pole. "Izuku, this really will hurt like a bee, but it's to help you. Tokuyami then pressed the steel hot metal pole against Izuku's skin, burning the flesh in order to stop the blood from pouring out. Izuku was screaming in agony as the wound has begun closing up. He then pressed out due to the pain. Once he did, All Might had shown up and saw Aizawa with a blood-covered Izuku missing an arm. The symbol of peace was about to have a field day on whatever tore Izuku's arm off. He took a few steps and ran his hand through his bloodied hair. So guys, I'm sorry about the background noise if there is any. So yeah. So All Might said, "I'm sorry, I wasn't fast enough." All who were present could see droplets of tears hit the ground. This was sight that neither his colleague or the public has ever seen. All Might leaped toward the muted villain and began to unload his rage without showing any kind of mercy. The attacks never slowed down. No more was launched into the sky. After this happened, both Kurogiri and Shigaraki fled, seeing the beast rage coming from All Might. The other pro quickly rounded up the unconscious villains. As they did, they noticed each one had broken limbs. Izuku was taken into the ambulance that had arrived and was given blood to replace what he had lost. They drove to Dagoba Municipal Hospital quickly to do x-rays and see if they can get a prosthetic arm for him. Class 1A was taken to the same hospital as Izuku so they can wait for any type of news. As the hospital saw the emergency number on Izuku's file, they called. The phone rang and men's voices was heard as he picked up the call and said, "Hello?" So now, as I said before, the man picked up and said, "Hello, may I ask who's calling?" The nurse then said, "I'm nurse at Dagoba Municipal Hospital. I'm currently speaking to the Mr. Kobayashi Sena." Then Sena said, "This is he's speaking. May I ask what this is about?" The nurse then said, "Do you know Mr. Izuku? He put you down as his emergency contact." Then Sena said, "What's wrong with Izuku?" The nurse then said, "I'm sure you know that he is a UA student." And Sena said, "I know that he is one of my best employee." The nurse then said, "I'm sorry sir, but this news may come as a shocker. During one of the heroes' rescue training assignment, a group of villains were able to breach the academy. From what I'm told, he was able to defend his entire class on his own, but a villain had overpowered him." And Sena said, "Don't leave me in suspense. What happened?" The nurse then said, "The villain had turned his whole arm off. If his classmate didn't act in time and cauterize his wound, he would have died, but I'm told that the amount of blood lost was great. He's barely hanging on by a thread." Then Sena said, "I'm on my way." As the call was dropped, Sena could have just left without saying a word, but he decided to round up every worker. So overcome, then Sena said, I'm gonna call him Takeshi for easiest name. So yeah, "Attention, all warehouse personnel, our good friend and hardest worker Izuku has been attacked by villains. He's barely hanging on by a thread of. If you all wish to join me, then drop everything. I will bear the responsibility for this action." Announcement ended. Many of the workers had dropped everything and made their way to their friend at the hospital. They all were worried. Many had mentioned Izuku to their families and wanted to invite him to their homes so he can be introduced, but he would have declined since he have class next morning at the hospital. Class 1I had all called their families to tell them what happened and where they were. Izuku's clique was worried the most. hoping he like sorry about that, I'm just having a little bit of a headache. So Izuku's clique or squad was worried the most, hoping he pulled through. Momo was doing her best to stop tears from escaping. A nurse approached at like the class and said, is anyone here for Izuku? Everyone from like 1A stand hoping to hear any news of their friend condition, but they were in for a surprise. The nurse said, I'm sorry to inform you, but your friend is hanging by a thin stand. He's lost too much blood, and we don't have enough blood here. We had to help a lot of patients who suffered from major bus crash. Then Tsukuyomi said, what's his blood type? I'll donate some of my blood if it's mean he's got a chance. His type is O. And Aizawa then said, universal blood type. I'll donate some to him. Then Momo said, I as well, and Sero said, count me in. Ida then said, I'll do so gladly as well. Then Oshaku said, me too. Eventually, everyone except Bakugo had volunteered to donate blood. After getting the blood from the student, they all returned to the waiting room only to be suddenly swarmed by students, parents, teacher, and group of men in work clothes who seemed to be angry and wanting answers. Then Takeshi said, what are you doing here? Then like Sena said, I'm here because I'm informed of Izuku's health. How could I not worry for one of my best worker? If looking to punish someone, then punish me. Takeshi was surprised to hear someone care for Izuku. Only he met the boy once, he knew the impact the lives of everyone he met. Then Takeshi said there will be no consequences. Kuba-san, I'm glad to know that Izuku has people who care for him. Excuse me, nurse, how long till he wake up? The nurse then said it should be like 2 hours. As everyone is like student parents tired to getting their kids home, a scream caught them all off guard. They rushed to the origin of the scream. So a few moments ago with Izuku, as he woke up to the sound of a heart rate monitor and the smell of descent of a blood, he rubbed his face, but he noticed he didn't feel his right hand on his face. He let his vision adjust. He looked to his right and saw nothing. He screamed back to everyone rushing to his room. When his classmates and their parents and his co-workers saw the condition he was in, broke their hearts. It wasn't until Midnight showed up and knocked him out with her quirk. UA was called and many teachers arrived along with the students who had a pink dreadlocks, who carried a box labeled Final Phase. All Might then said, alright students, not to worry, your classmates will be okay. This young lady with us is Mei Hatsumi. She's been developing a prosthetic arm. If it's successful, then he will be able to top the strength. Mei then said, all I ask is that you keep him as stated. From what I've been told, his whole arm was torn off. I am going to use screws and attach to the nerves in order for him to be able to move the arm normally. Then Mei had shown everyone the arm Izuku will get. So imagine like the Winter Soldier from Captain America arm basically. So everyone was amazed how look and they began to process the preparation to attach the arm to Izuku. Midnight was present to keep him asleep. After an hour of process was done, when Izuku woke up, he felt a cold mirror upon his right side. He used his left to feel it, while his arm side was cold. After his eyes adjusted, he looked and noticed his right arm was nothing but metal. At this point, he didn't scream. He was confused. Many thoughts flowed through Izuku's head, the number one being why I suffered this fate. As slowly he got up, out of the hospital bed. He saw a red hoodie on his shirt and put it on. And yeah, I'm gonna leave you right here. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and sorry about the background noise that's going on. And as I always say, please don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and catch you in another video. Peace out. Bye bye.